Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Comic Gamer Movie Show, and this is the podcast that I'm talking to you guys about. This is this, that, and some BS.
This, That, and some BS.
And, Seth is here with me,
Hello.
as promised. Didn't think he'd make it here, didn't know,
I had some stuff to do, but I am here.
You never know with this guy, That's why I kicked him out of my channel to begin with, but, that's whatever. He's back now.
Is that how it happened? I remember it was a mutual leaving of all parties.
As far as my channel people know, that's how it happened. That's how it went down. Anywho.
It's full of shit. Don't listen to him.
Listen to me, okay? You're following me. Okay, screw it. Anyways,
the people will know the truth.
This podcast will talk about, we'll do it every Sunday, and we'll talk about what's happened throughout the week, you know?
Pretty much.
If there's trailers, movie announcements, I'll make my videos talking about them, but I'll go more in depth here.
And this is kind of where we'll more diverge some of our more opinions, and where we're actually going to rather just talk about them, we're going to talk about what we feel about them, what we think about them. For example, we're going to start off with a doozy one. This one's a little old, but I kind of want to talk about this one first.
Really that old?
It's not that old.
New shit happening
because there is some new shit happening, and I wanted to talk about fucking Ezra Miller.
Ezra fucking.
Now, for those of you who are living under a rock, the original problem with Ezra Miller came up years ago when he assaulted someone in a bar, and
he choked the lady in a bar.
Unconfirmed if it was malicious or not. To be honest, we don't know, but I think it mostly was.
Because Warner Brothers brushed it under the carpet.
Yeah,
so
Warner Brothers and the Ezra Miller team brushed that so far under the rug. And so me and Sean talked about it.
Yeah, I talked about it multiple times,
and he keeps bringing it up.
Yeah.
And everyone seems to just conveniently forget. See, that's how good Warner Brothers did of a job.
It's the greatest cover job I've ever seen. Like, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen, Get
a little bit closer.
I've never seen someone, is it? Okay, sorry. This is the first podcast. Might be some difficulty.
Yeah, we're still getting the.
But I've never seen someone, do what he did and just, nobody even cared about it. No one even brings it up. No one talks about it. It's just kind of funny to me. But I digress. So I always talk about it. Him choking that girl.
Well, it's fun. It's just fun to bring up because because everyone it's like I said, the Warner Brothers did such a good job of throwing it under the rug. People forget.
Yeah, man.
And so I'm sitting there going like, wait, why are you motherfuckers like
they were just gonna push this movie out, this Flash movie,
But big but.
Yeah.
He got caught not too long ago with assaulting someone again.
Oh man, it wasn't just
at a bar. Multiple people.
Yeah, it was
singing. So the story was that he was at a bar in Hawaii.
Yeah,
yeah. It was a bar in Hawaii.
All this shit is in Hawaii. All of his shit.
And he basically, there was two people singing karaoke. They were drunk, probably not singing all that good, as you do. And he got pissed off and assaulted the two people, and he got arrested. And you can even see the mugshot and everything. So. And now and because of that, I think they fully dropped him from.
No, dude, they haven't. Warner Brothers still hasn't made a statement. Warner Brothers hasn't made a statement on this at all.
Okay.
And you're just tipping the iceberg. More stuff happened in Hawaii, by the way.
More stuff
that happened, and then he broke into a friend's house, threatened to kill him and his wife, his whore wife, as repeatedly.
Oh God.
And then something else happened. He threw a chair and accidentally hit a woman in the head, and she was bleeding and needed stitches in her head. And now there's like some parents of some 18-year-old kid from Nevada are, trying to get him arrested for selling alcohol and LSD to their kid.
Oh boy.
And still, Warner Brothers hasn't said a word. Still. That is... Seth, I don't know if you understand this.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
just
like 4 separate things that have happened in the course of like 2 months. And that's after choking a lady a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, and he's still on there. He's still Fantastic Beasts, though.
Well, Fantastic Beasts is over, though. So, they don't really have to...
Yeah, never mind, yeah.
But the Flash movie is still coming, and they finished that thing. And apparently there's a bunch of reports, which I haven't talked about, because I don't really talk about that kind of stuff. There are certain things that I understand. There are things I hear and things I see that I don't always make videos about. There are a lot of things, and this is one of them, which is I've heard, just looking around, from people who are way better than me at this, that apparently that Flash movie is really fucking good. apparently the test screenings for it and stuff, that it's a really damn good movie. So I'm not sure if they're gonna just push through and just push this movie out.
Yeah, just to they're trying to save some face on this one.
But I'm not sure how you're gonna have like a press tour where
you
you're your lead actor.
Well, when he's been convicted of like multiple crimes, accused of multiple crimes. So I don't know.
I'm like, because that's gonna be the first thing people ask, unless they force people not to ask. Like, don't ask us about Ezra Miller's crimes.
Well, you could do that all you want, but the minute people start doing it, it doesn't matter. That's the beauty of the press. But yeah, so that's Ezra Miller's. Yes. Now, speaking of crimes and court dues and shit. So Johnny Depp won his lawsuit against Amber Heard recently.
Yeah, it was honestly, that entire thing was fucking insane.
The entire court. Now, granted, I haven't followed the entire trial or the entire suit, but I have seen a lot of clips. And like I said, I heard the clip of her basically saying no one's gonna believe you, Johnny. Oh, I didn't hit, I hit you. That whole shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of content.
Plus, did you know that? I didn't know this at first. I had to actually do some digging. Amber Heard is bisexual. I didn't realize this. She had a female lover a few years ago. And apparently not Amber Heard, the other woman in this relationship reported that she was abusive as well. But no one really bought it, or no one really cared enough to really dig into it.
Yeah.
So I remember reading that because someone brought up, it's like, she's been accused of abuse before, and I'm like, where? I looked up, and that's true. She had a female girlfriend years ago, and she reported that she was kind of nuts.
Everything about Amber Heard just screams this entitled. She just had this air about her because I watched some of it, and the entire time she just had this air about her, and she tried to act sad.
Yeah.
And a lot of people pointed out she was bad acting. Because she's not a very good actress, so she was bad acting, trying to cry and stuff, trying to milk people's emotions when it's dude, you took a dump in this dude's bed, man.
Yeah, well, not only that, you took a dump in this dude. You ruined...
literally, Amber Turd was trending.
Yeah, pretty much, and that will. I hope that sticks with her for fucking years to come.
And she tried to blame it what do they have, a teacup dog?
Yeah,
a dog that's about this big.
Yeah, a teacup dog or something. She tried to blame the and literally, Johnny was like, "I know that dog's turds weren't that big. I don't know what the fuck."
The turds on this bed are bigger than the dog, lady. What are you talking about?
I know, right? But the thing is, though, this all started when they got divorced, and she went to the Washington Post. The Huffington Post. It was one of the big newspapers.
Yeah, I think it was
New York Times. I think it was either the New York Times or
I think it
or
was the
HuffPost.
Washington Post.
Yeah, it was one of the big newspapers, and she basically said that Johnny was an abuser.
Yeah, and it fucked up his career.
It fucked up his whole life. He got removed as Jack Sparrow. He got removed as Grindelwald.
Now, to be fair, because this isn't as black. It's complicated.
It is complicated.
Because I had a conversation with a coworker, and she was like, "Oh well, he's this, he's that," and I couldn't deny.
Fucking sisterhood, man.
But no. Well, she was just pointing out, and it's true. He is a junkie. He's a druggie. He's a junkie.
Yeah, he likes to drink.
He gets out. He's been a problem on sets. So because Johnny Depp wanted more money because he wanted I think $50 million because he was saying that that's how much he cost him. But they made the argument that he lost that part of it because the argument was no, your career was actually kind of tailing down even before that. And
True.
You hear things about him being drunk on the set of the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie, being completely shit-faced, missing lines. So Johnny Depp is he is the one who was being abused, but he's a problem on his own.
Yeah, he is a problem in of himself. An abuser? No, he's not.
Abuser? No.
Alcoholic? Yes.
Two things can be right. I talk about that all the time. Just because one thing's right doesn't mean the other thing isn't right. Is he a drunk alcoholic? Fucked up?
Individual? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
obviously.
I think one of my friends said it the best. They're both fucked up.
Yeah, they're both fucked up.
They're both fucked up, and you have to understand what that is. But
one of them is suffering the most from it because one of them used the situation of Me Too to her advantage.
And then and he got fucked over.
And the thing I hate about what Amber Heard did, me personally, I'm not I wouldn't consider myself a feminist, but I would say, is it coming through?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the time.
But I would say is that when people do these false alarm things, when people take advantage of the situation, it makes things harder for women who are actually being abused.
Yeah, no,
because
it does.
now it's going to be like, well, I mean, that thing happened with Amber Heard.
Well, it's funny. Me and my friends and family talk about this all the time. It's like, I wish more women would come forward immediately right after a rape or something.
Yeah,
and I wish that would happen. I wish more women would do that because we need to, we do need to clamp down on the real shit.
Like what Amber Heard did.
Shit like Amber Heard did. That's not helping. It hurts. It does
because it makes people second guess now.
Yeah, because everyone's just like, well, did you actually do it or not? It's like, yeah, it just made like this. I just wish more women would come forward with that stuff, and like, because I want these fuckers to be behind bars.
And it's like, and what Amber Heard would argue is, well, I did come forward. And like,
no, you didn't. No, you came forward to a newspaper. What you should have done, you should have came forward to a judge. You should have came forward to the police. That's how you
wanted to shame him, man.
What I would have said is like, if you would have gone to the police and shit, that would have made headlines. Like, but the fact is that you knew you didn't have one, so you went to the newspaper instead.
Yeah, and she knew she could get him because, like I said,
Me Too. Yeah, when that happened, Me Too was in full swing. It was in full fucking swing.
And like, because they were going after everybody. Like they went, and to be fair, they got some people.
Well, yeah, they got Weinstein.
And, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin
his
Spacey.
Shit,
yeah,
14. Like they got some fucking people who was like, oh God, I'm glad you got that guy out of there. Guys.
Yeah, and too, I think though, I mean, this is my personal opinion. I think Me Too is probably hurt a lot more than it helped. I mean,
when you get Weinstein, that's a powerful man who was.
That was a powerful man.
Like
he
was
abusing.
I don't know, he would have got away with all that shit if it like I say, it's a double-edged sword, but like.
Yeah, but anyway, I am happy that he kind of got his justice.
Yeah,
for that because no one, in my opinion, he was an alcoholic and he had some issues, but at the same time, it's like no one deserved. Not even to be fair, in a lot of ways, Amber Heard, if it was the reverse, no one deserves that. No one deserves to have their career destroyed because of spite. Mm-hmm. Like that's just no one deserves.
I tell you one thing, Amber Heard's not going to be getting a lot of roles.
No,
she's not going to be getting a lot of big roles after this.
I kept seeing articles that she kept getting dropped from Aquaman.
No,
you know if that's true.
No, okay. Let me.
I literally kept seeing like that
I'll tell you what's going. I'll tell you what's going on with the Aquaman situation. What's going on with the Aquaman situation is it's batshit. First, they were cutting her scenes. They were cutting her scenes to give her she was in the movie for 8 minutes, get injured, and be gone for the rest of the movie.
Oh, fuck.
They're going to just write it to where she's not in the movie.
Yeah.
Then they're going to write it to where she was dead.
Oh, fuck.
And just cut her completely out of the movie. And then, now I'm hearing that they're running test screenings that have all of her scenes back into the movie. So Warner Brothers has no. Now, to be fair, it's hard to really say Warner Brothers because they just got taken over by Discovery.
Yeah,
and Discovery's doing all kinds of stuff. I might talk about that too. But yeah, Discovery's doing all kinds of stuff. So it is kind of like a chaos right now. But yeah, so far there is no real take of what they're gonna do. Jason Momoa and them, who are a real hog, in her corner, haven't spoken about it. By the way, the actual head of the Warner Brothers movie department basically came out and said that they got forced to put her in Aquaman 2 by the director in in Jason Momoa, that they didn't want to have her in the movie, that she had terrible. This is what the he said about a character in his own movie.
Okay, then.
He spoke. You can look it up. It was in the Amber Heard trial. He spoke and he was talking about how she had no chemistry and she was bad in it, but Jason Momoa and the director wanted her to be back. So now people are kind of up their ass about it because they're like, "Really, you guys wanted her back?"
Yeah, that's
I don't understand. Both Aquaman and Flash. How do you have a press tour?
You can't. You literally cannot because these shits are happening. I don't know. I mean,
it's just gonna ask you over and over again, where's Amber Heard? Because Amber ain't gonna be there.
No.
So where's Mira? Where's Amber Heard? It's just gonna be the question people are asking. Where's Ezra? Well, now it might be a little easier for Aquaman because she's a side character.
Yeah.
So you can maybe,
Yeah, you can just be like...
I don't know how the fuck Flash is supposed to do that.
No, Ezra has been literally... has committed multiple crimes and hasn't been convicted.
And he's the lead, so how are you going to have a press tour without the actual lead actor?
So...
Warner Brothers is... Well, man, Discovery's got their work cut out trying to fix this place, man.
Yeah, but I just think they just need to get rid of all the problem children.
They really are starting to. Now, we get into the Discovery stuff if you want to, because, I don't think, like we said, we talked about the Amber Heard stuff, justice served.
Yeah, Johnny got his justice. To be fair, I did Johnny, I'm not the I do kind of like Johnny Depp. I'm not like a raving fan, but I did think, and I went to go see Crimes of Grindelwald in theaters, and I thought out of everyone in that damn movie, I thought he was the one character that I was like, okay, you know what?
Mads gave a pretty good.
No, he did. And Mads always delivers. Mads Mikkelsen, like people are sleeping on him.
Sleeping on him, man.
Dude,
I mean, he's amazing.
He is amazing. Now, there was one movie on Netflix that he did was where he kind of was a hero. Remember that weird-ass assassin movie?
Anybody listening to me, check out Hannibal.
Oh, yeah.
Hannibal. He is amazing as Hannibal.
Yeah, he's amazing as Hannibal.
There's this. That might be. Hey, look, I told you guys I might be looking at some shows that guys want to look at. That might be one of them. Hannibal, because he is
Mads. I mean, what's funny? The first Mads movie that I remember was was Casino Royale. And he did fucking amazing.
I can't remember the first thing I saw him in, but I know
that was when I first remember seeing him in, and he was amazing.
Yeah, he was.
People are sleeping on Mads Mikkelsen. He's amazing as shit.
But
Johnny did play a good Grindelwald. I think that I was like, okay, I did kind of buy the character a little bit.
Johnny Depp is a great actor because
he could be a tremendous actor.
I talk sometimes like the problem with Johnny Depp is that his Pirates of the Caribbean kind of fucked him in a positive and bad way because he was because he was an actor before Pirates of the Caribbean. He was like, getting characters, Public Enemy and shit like that. Like Public Enemy.
Did he do Black Mass too?
Yeah, but that was after. That's much later. Much later. But I'm talking about before the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Actually, I think he did Public Enemy after Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Oh yeah. That was the John Dillinger movie?
Yeah, the John Dillinger movie. Good Lord, man. You don't have to pick it up. You don't need it. Let it go.
I'm autistic, I'm sorry.
Apparently. Anyway. But yeah, like he was doing like art movies, like not art movies, but he was playing roles. Mm-hmm. Then Jack Sparrow happened, blew up. He became this overnight sensation. Like everyone knows his face from that movie franchise,
pretty much.
And he started playing weird roles. Like that Mordecai movie he was in, where he started just doing weird shit.
But I mean, he can act. I think he's a decent actor.
He just needs to get his shit together. That's all
he really does. He just needs to get his shit together.
He needs to Robert Downey Jr. this shit and get sober and everything. And
I hope he does too. I really do because I think he could play some really good roles. But
yeah, man, like I really do. Like I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day, this is gonna sound crazy to some people, but back in the day, he was my pick. It was a while ago. He was my pick to play Doctor Strange. Like there was a lot of people before Benedict Cumberbatch. There was a lot of people, and I was like, and my pick was I didn't say anything about it at the time, but my pick was Johnny Depp. But clearly that didn't happen. But regardless,
no, but I think he would have played a good Strange.
Yeah, I think he would have too. Like if he would have got his shit together. I mean, granted, who knows? But
yeah, we'll see. But anyway, let's move on to
also Joker 2 was announced.
Oh boy,
they're actually working on a sequel to the Joker movie, the first rated R movie to ever make $1 billion. Technically, the Joker is the most profitable movie next to its budget, on its budget. Because, I mean, they didn't spend $100 million on the movie. They spent like $50,
60, something like that.
Yeah, $50 or $60 million on this movie. $100 million worth of marketing.
Now, I just want to say this about the Joker. And here's the thing. If it came out that this was going to be a different Joker experience, I probably wouldn't have given the movie a lot of shit when it came out, because I gave this movie some shit, and you remember I'd give this movie a lot of shit because here's the thing: is it a bad movie? No,
I don't think it is.
It's not a bad movie.
I gave it a 7.
I just think that if they marketed it to where, yeah, guys, this isn't going to be the Joker experience, because the trailers were. Do you remember how vague the trailers were? Because we really didn't know what was going to happen. The Joker is in these movies is, in my opinion, not the Joker.
Look,
he is something else entirely.
I agree and disagree. I agree that this was not what I was. This wasn't what I was hoping. I wasn't the biggest fan of the actual story, the character, and all that. But I thought the marketing, what the marketing became, was actually brilliant. because the reason this movie made so much money is because it was controversial. Like there was this whole thing about, oh my gosh, his incels are gonna lose it and start shooting people, and like, oh, this is telling people there was this
like mental illness and all that.
Yeah, there was
stuff.
this whole thing. It was on the news. Like I think some people don't really understand the controversy around this film before it ever even got released was insane, and it was because of the marketing, and the marketing wisely played these aspects up, and it was a movie that people thought was dangerous to be like that. Can you believe that stuff? Yeah. When the Joker was coming out, people thought this movie was dangerous to be in theaters.
Yeah. I remember.
And they were playing that aspect up, and it worked. Because more people wanted to see this dangerous movie. It was like a caged tiger or something. You know, it was like, oh my gosh, what's this movie?
Yeah.
You know, like,
I totally agree.
It's almost like because there's certain movies that make money.
Excuse me.
Because it's so bad, like, oh, I gotta go see how bad it is, or it's so good, I gotta go see how good it is.
Yeah, I went in there hoping it would be, like comic book Joker, but it wasn't.
No, man,
it was something else entirely, and I was really disappointed in that.
I didn't think that from the trailers, personally, but I was hoping what I got, I would like. Like, I try to do that sometimes. I try to remove myself sometimes, So I was just like, okay, well, whatever you're going to do, hopefully I like it.
I mean, normally I would, but again, when you call the movie The Joker, not like...
What? Joker?
Yeah, no, just... but when you say... I know, but then now I'm sitting there going like... And then I'm sitting there going, okay, maybe this is something else entirely. But they bring up the Waynes.
Oh, Bruce shows up.
And Thomas and Wayne too. So I'm sitting there going like, okay, so this is supposed to be comic book. This is supposed to be Batman's greatest rival. This dude that just gets his ass like handed to him time and time again. Like the guy that gets hit by a car. I don't see it. But you know what though? Again, I know that's not what they're going for. They're not going for the Clown Prince of Crime. They're going for something else.
They're going for something else.
They're going for something else. And I kind of see that now.
I was willing to accept that movie. I'm not going to lie. Like, the years have passed, a couple years now, and I've kind of, like, accepted the movie for what it is. And I'm still giving it, it's not like I'm giving it a better score. I'm still sticking with the 7, because I do think from a technical standpoint, it's great. It's amazing. Movie. It was shot beautifully. It looked great. The costume
it was
design,
awesome.
Like all the technical stuff. And you know what? I might not have, and this is something that I made a distinction too. I might not have liked Joaquin Phoenix's character, that Arthur Fleck, that version of the Joker, but his performance was great though.
Yeah, it was great.
I can't deny that he gave
Joaquin Phoenix did perform really well.
He gave a great performance. I can separate those two things, but them coming out saying they're making a sequel to that, a movie that felt like it was supposed to be just anti-regular superhero movie. Like, that's the vibe they were going for, is like this anti-regular superhero movie. This is a one-off. This is an art film that using the Joker. Is getting a sequel? Why?
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's obvious why.
Because it made money and they want to make more money.
And I said that on somebody, Superwise. He's the guy who helped me out, by the way. He's a fellow YouTuber, Superwise. Shout out Superwise.
Shout out Superwise.
I literally said that on because he posted this up too, and I was literally like, yeah, it's a cash grab, dude. Like because they had no intentions of making a sequel.
Do you think this movie is actually going to be the Clown Prince of Crime movie, or is it going to be like another?
It's going to be another It's probably just going to be another sequel. Like, now granted, like they put this message up there that was something like. The actual title of it is like, it's called Joker. I can't remember the word. It's like some French word for madness or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I can't remember. Hold up, I might look it up. But like I can't like genuinely. I have no clue what they're gonna do. Like I'm just assuming that it's just gonna be like I don't know about him because he did break out. You do remember the blood stains? Here we go. Here it is right here. I don't know what that fucking French word is.
Folie et douce. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure too.
If it's French, that means it's going to be really weird.
Yeah, I'm like,
sorry,
what?
French people.
Oh, Flea what now? Flea pop now? Flea what? Flea what?
Yeah. Anyway, so who fucking knows, dude? Who really fucking knows?
A rare delusional disorder shared by 2 or more people, close to emotional ties. So, I mean, I don't know.
Well, he already killed his mother, so...
I mean, it could be a Batman reference.
Oh, my God.
I mean...
But remember, he's, like, way older than Batman.
I know. They might be going for something different. I don't know. Because, like, that's the thing. The director, I know for a fact they never planned on making a sequel, but that movie made $1 billion.
Yeah, they want to make more money.
And they're like, you are making a fucking sequel. Like you gonna find a way to get Joaquin Phoenix to bring his ass back here. He's gonna get skinny again, and he's gonna do this shit.
I don't know. I just, like I said, that movie wasn't bad, but it wasn't at all what it was. It really wasn't at all what I thought it was, nor was it kind of what I wanted. But anyway, that's me personally. I understand that a lot. I've gotten in so many arguments about that movie.
All right. So, did you see the Black Adam trailer?
I did.
Oh man, like, dude, like I already made my piece about it. I think
I saw it and I was just, I saw it and I wish I never did. Here's the guy. Let me
Come on, man.
Here's the thing. It's not Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's not.
I when he was cast as Black Adam, I was like,
I
okay.
see it. I can see it. I can see the body.
Because I can see
the
him
build.
being an asshole. I can see him being like a kind of a.
I can see it. I can. It's not Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Because don't get me wrong. I think that I think personally, I'm not the biggest Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson fan, mainly because I just don't think that, because everyone tries to cast him in everything. Everyone's like, put The Rock in this, put The Rock in this, put The Rock in this.
He's the action guy, though. Like,
yeah, no, he's an action guy. And he is a good action guy. Mostly.
Yeah. He's a charming, charismatic dude.
But it wasn't him. It was the fact that, like, look, Black Adam doesn't become an anti-hero until later. Sometimes, depending on who's writing it, he doesn't ever become an anti-hero. He's always a villain.
In the trailer, it kind of seems like they're changing his origin. There's no mention of Shazam.
Yeah,
wasn't that the wizard's name, Shazam?
Yeah.
There's no mention of Shazam.
Yeah, there's no mention of the wizard.
Of the wizard. But he's got the lightning bolt. But there's no mention of that.
So I don't really know what
that. And they got shit.
They kind of got his origin kind of right because he is from ancient times.
Yeah,
so
but the whole thing with his son and everything, I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, like that.
And the whole thing with his son, and because they're trying to make him this super sympathetic character, which, to be fair, Black Adam does have a bit of sympathy, I believe, because he was a slave. I do believe he was a slave, you know.
Well, he was a slave that got this power to do good, and he abused it.
Yeah, he abused it. He went dark side real quick. And
remember what Shazam, to his head.
Remember what Shazam did to him?
Oh yeah, no, he cast Black Adam to the ends of all known reality, basically to the source wall. And Black Adam spent eons getting back.
Can you imagine that? I think I said that in my trailer review. I was like, can you imagine? That's kind of a badass origin story. I
think it is.
We stole it.
Wait, what? No, hold on.
But that's just a badass origin story. This dude is so bad, but I can't do nothing about him. So I'm going to just teleport him as far as possible.
Literally, to the end of all reality.
And you can just visually imagine him just flying through space. Nothing but rage and piss and vinegar and anger.
And that's basically what happened.
But no, it seems like they're doing something different here where they're making him more sympathetic.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you with what they said. They're trying to Morbius it a little bit.
Like the trailer kind of reminded me of Morbius.
Yeah, I literally, as soon as you said that, I was like, oh my god, it does.
And the thing too is the whole tagline of it is heroes don't kill, but he does. Like the whole thing of this, I'm like, dude, the boys already exist. Invincible exists. Deadpool has happened. Dude, this whole
Punisher TV show.
This whole heroes not killing people thing. You're a little late to the game here, man.
Yeah.
Like, is that the basis of your things? Like, he's a hero who kills. It's like, okay. I saw Superman snap some dude's neck, dude. Like, you're late to the ball game with this. This is your base.
Yeah, Black Adam is extremely late to the game with this.
Like, because I see The Rock posting. I love The Rock, and I follow him on many different social media platforms, and I see him posting up like, my hero kills. And like he's like, oh, I'm badass. Like, bro, I saw Superman snap a neck. You're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
Let him have his moment.
And it has been brought to my attention that there are literal shots being stolen out of Marvel movies in that movie.
Huh?
You see, remember the shot with him flying side by side, like in the middle of the two, jets?
Yeah.
That's exactly a shot from Iron Man. Like verbatim. I was like, huh.
Is this going to be like a Wonder Woman situation all over again?
I hope
where
not.
they literally take shots from Captain America.
It felt like that. But yeah, like...
Dude, people gave us so much shit for that when we brought that up. We were just like, dude, these are literally shots
you mean
right
the
out of Captain
Steve in a world war riding a bike with a bunch of diverse...
In a forest during a world war
with a diverse group of people and...
Chief. Remember Chief?
How'd they get away with that?
I don't know how they got away with that, but why was a Native American in World War I?
Hey, look at the bright side. Dr. Fate. You gotta admit, that Fate costume looked pretty good.
That Fate costume, I will admit. I'm a huge Dr. Fate
I am
fan.
a bit worried they're having a lot of fucking heroes in here. Atom Smasher's in here. Hawkman's in here. I'm assuming Hawkgirl's gonna be in here somewhere.
Yeah, maybe.
Hawkman and Hawkgirl have such weird origins.
Well, they kind of have two different origins from what I remember.
Because the one that I remember is the Justice League version. Where
that was the second version they came out with later, was that they were from another planet. But the original story was that they were like
ancient, like
deities. Like they came to Earth.
And don't they like die and get reborn and come back?
Yeah, that's their fate, to die and live out their lives and be reborn, all that shit.
I've always liked the alien version more. Maybe it's because it feels simpler, because the ancient deity version is just like, man, because it gets so overcomplicated.
I mean, I kind of like the alien version too, because you get to meet more Fenegarians.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that version a lot better too. So we'll see. I mean, knowing... Since it's Black Adam, they're probably going to do the whole ancient deity route.
And I'm not sure where Shazam fits in all of this. Like, I don't
think he's supposed to.
I hope when they come out that they have to. He's got the lightning bolt on this shit. I said it in my review. I was like, dude, they're doing this all wrong. Like, and you know what? It's probably The Rock's fault. I love The Rock, but I guarantee you, The Rock made like some mandate that he can't be the villain, because even in the Fast and Furious movie, Fast 5, he was the villain up to a point. But I guarantee you, The Rock has like made some goddamn statement.
I have noticed that. Yeah, he's never the villain.
He's never the villain. So I'm just assuming he's made some kind of crazy statement that I cannot be the villain. You know, because otherwise, why isn't he the villain in Shazam 2?
Yeah, or why wouldn't he be in it?
Like
that's the whole point.
Yeah, he should be the villain in Shazam 2.
He should be his biggest rival or his biggest adversary. Which he
and it should take Shazam and all his friends, take him down, and then maybe over time.
Yeah, become, like I said, in some versions of comics, he does become an anti-hero.
I've heard from some people that he's been retconned a couple times, because now
he's been retconned more.
The more recent version of him is more Doctor Doomish in terms of he has a city that he overlooks. So like he's kind of Namor-ish now.
A little bit, yeah. I think that's just because of recent like comics and shit. I think they want to, because Marvel doesn't really have. I mean, they kind of do have a Namor with Aquaman. But that's
DC.
DC, yeah, sorry. They kind of have, but they don't have like, because I've noticed that Marvel has a lot of characters like that, where they're kings of their own tiny little realms. You know, they got Black Panther, they got Black Bolt, they got Namor, they got Doom, they have a lot of characters that are leaders of their own little tiny countries. Marvel, DC doesn't really kind of have that.
Atlantis.
That's about it.
The Mascara.
But one of them's not the queen.
I mean, yeah, but
she's from there, not the queen.
She's the princess.
She could be, yeah, but she's not the queen.
Yeah, Themyscira. Look, I'm not the DC guy, okay?
Yeah, no, they really don't have.
You're looking for me to start.
But that makes sense. That's why they'd be doing that, because I said Marvel has a lot of characters.
Yeah, because like
who are heroes or villains who are leaders of their own countries, and DC doesn't really have a lot of that. Listen, they got Aquaman. I mean, they got like Darkseid, but again, those are planets.
Apocalypse.
They got planets and stuff like that, but it's very few and far between. And I think that's probably why they're doing that with Black Adam, because they want to.
But it's been a thing for a little bit, because it was in the Injustice games, him being like the leader of his own country and like looking out for those people, and he's like, man, fuck. And basically, because they really have made him in recent comics. Like I haven't read a ton of comics, but I've seen a lot. They really have made him like Namor, where he's an asshole who could be villainous. But, you know, if the heroes need him to do a hero thing for the sake of his people...
he will.
He will. Like, that's kind of been his vibe.
Pretty much. So, that's pretty much going on with... speaking of Namor...
Yeah.
That's a great segue.
Very controversial
great
stuff.
Great segue. So Namor is...
MCU so woke. At least that's what I've been told.
Go woke, go broke,
go
man.
Woke, go broke. Oh,
go
man.
Woke, go broke, man.
Oh, that's
go
all.
Woke, go broke, man.
Like, right now, Miss Marvel came
Disney
out.
bought Brie Larson's
You
ticket.
still haven't seen... Seth still hasn't seen any of the fucking Marvel stuff on Disney+. Miss Marvel came out. Was fucking amazing. Like I thought it would be. It was fucking great. Already got some people bombing it, but I'll talk about that later. Let's focus on this fucking Namor stuff. Now, you know how much I love Namor.
Yeah, no, I kind of grown on Namor too.
I love that guy, because I'm just like, dude, he's just
and I recognize him as the first character who could fly.
Namor's the first Marvel. He's the first mutant. He's the first Marvel character. You know, like, it's funny, he's grown different. Yeah, first character who ever flew. Like, Namor's a lot of firsts. You know, he inspired Aquaman, even though Aquaman blew up bigger than him, but, you know.
No, I totally agree with that.
But, you know, so it's really, now, let's talk about this. Now, the news, I talked about this, it was a couple weeks ago now, it came out, like, some stuff leaked, and more information leaked, that they will be changing Namor's origins. Now, it's not going to be in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean anymore.
No.
It's going to be...
more of a, Mayan, Aztec.
Yeah, it's going to be some, like...
some pre-Columbian, city.
It's going to be, Aztec in nature. And it's going to be like this ancient city that was lost, that was sunken. And and they've lived out there because there's been images of a jaguar god, and there's an actual Aztec jaguar god, and there's images of jaguar god. So a lot of people think that they're gonna change Namor's origin almost a little bit, where it's gonna be like there are Atlanteans who live underwater. Now it's not gonna be called Atlantis; it's gonna be called something else.
Yeah,
but it's basically Atlantis.
And granted, they kind of can't because of Aquaman. So
I've gotten in arguments with people about that. By the way, huge arguments because first of all, they have to do something different because it's too close to Aquaman. I'm not gonna lie to you, I had a lot of problems with the Aquaman movie. Am I good? You keep looking at it.
No, I'm just looking at the clock.
Yeah, you're good. I've had a lot of issues with the Aquaman movie. But one of the things that I was like, yeah, that's pretty much how I imagine Atlantis would look, is it had the technology and the ancient looking, Atlantis itself looked how I would think it would look. It's how I would imagine the MCU would do it. It's why I always say Aquaman is an MCU Phase 1 movie.
Yeah.
In its core, it's an MCU Phase 1 movie. And that Atlantis looked like how I imagine it would look in the MCU.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of coral and sea stuff, but yet ancient buildings and stuff.
Technology and stuff.
It looked great.
So obviously Marvel can't do that. So they went a totally different direction.
By the way, they went away, and here's the thing too. They went away that makes sense because the Lost Cities myth was a big thing.
Maybe it's El Dorado. Maybe that place is El Dorado.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, and like I said, Namor's already been he's already kind of olive skinned, so him being Mesoamerican would be not that far off.
Yeah.
And then him maybe having a more Aztec, Mayan, Olmec kind of look to him would be. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
because to my opinion, that shit never really gets represented in media all that much.
No,
very rarely.
Aztec culture and that stuff.
Granted, it's pretty bloody, so maybe that they don't want to
it's very shocking they don't use those. Those are another gods that don't really get. We talk all the time about.
Mayan and Aztec gods never get fucking.
Yeah, me and you, because me and Seth were real
real mythology buffs.
We're real mythology buffs. We love that shit, and honestly, up until Thor. The Thor movie started coming out. The Norse mythology wasn't used a ton. It was really heavy Greek.
Yeah,
everyone used Zeus and Hercules, and it was heavy Greek.
I think that I kind of blame ancient media for that because there's just more of it. There's more stories. There's more shit of it. So maybe that's why it's just easier to use. There's more to There's more to pick away from it. That's why I think personally.
But a lot of people are upset. A lot of people think that they're whitewash, not whitewashing. The opposite of that. A lot of people think that they're pushing their
brownwashing.
Brownwashing. Yeah, maybe that's it. Brownwashing.
They're olive brown. They're olive skinned.
Well, a lot of people feel like
washing.
Marvel is pushing their agenda. They're forcing this. Mexican. Oh, you just want more. Oh, you just want brown. Oh, you took Captain America and made him black. You took. Now you're doing this. I'm just telling you the temperature of the room.
I just feel like people are so dumb. They didn't make Captain America black. They just gave the shield to someone else who happened to be a black guy.
No, you took this from us.
That's so fucking dumb.
Should have went to Bucky. Why? Because he's white? No.
No, we're not racist. Fuck you.
I love that. I love when people. This is my favorite thing on Twitter and stuff. When people are about to say something stupid or talk shit, and they preference it with being like, "Now I like it, right? I'm an MCU fan. I'm a huge MCU fan." But and then they say some stupid shit. It's like, you think just because you said that shit before it makes what you said any less stupid?
Nope. No. I mean, I think, like I said, it's a mythology and a culture, everything that hasn't really been touched. And to be fair, like I said,
that's some fun, rich material to play with.
Like I said, because if you look at pictures of old Mayan Aztec, Olmec pyramids. The architecture is bad fucking ass. And some of the stonework's cool.
Now
the
imagine
Aztecs
that.
had observatories.
Now imagine that. But you know how Wakanda, they did the Wakandans with African stuff?
Yeah,
and they mixed it in with the... Now imagine that with the Aztec stuff.
That shit is
it's going to look fucking awesome.
Now, are they going to keep the trident?
I think so.
I wonder if they're going to make it more
They're probably going to make it...
more all the barbs are made of obsidian. That'd be cool as fuck.
Now this is the rumors. Now this is just speculation. Nobody really knows for sure. But the rumor is that a piece of vibranium landed there too, a large chunk, and it's gonna be they're like the Wakandans, and Namor, but they're underwater and they can swim on the water, they can breathe underwater. But the thing that makes Namor special, because they're not going to make Namor a mutant yet, because they're not doing the mutants yet.
Not yet.
So he's not going to be a mutant. What he's going to be,
humans have been killed off.
What he's going to be is just like Black Panther. He's going to be their version of Black Panther.
Yeah.
he's gonna have some herb or something,
some fruit or
and it's
whatever.
gonna be like a jaguar god.
Yeah,
like that's what some people are speculating. Like he's gonna have the power bestowed upon him from a jaguar god to be, super cool and special.
Be king of Atlantis or king of whatever.
Yeah, and like the idea that's being run around is there's a character in comics who's coming to the MCU soon. She's got her own show coming out, like maybe a couple of years from now, called Riri Williams, aka Ironheart.
Okay.
And she's a new character. This is a character that was created about 4 years ago.
Oh, damn.
4 or 5 years ago. And controversy, go figure. She's a black character, so yeah, go figure. People got a little pissed off, but her character started when she was a huge Iron Man fan in the comics, and she was inspired to create her own Iron Man suit.
Okay.
And in the process of doing that, she got the okay from Iron Man himself. So she got on the learning tree, and she sort of pseudo Iron Man. She pseudo like a miniature Iron Man.
Yeah.
But either way, she's supposed to be in this movie, right? And the rumor is that she creates a vibranium tracking device, and that it leads her out to the middle of,
the ocean somewhere,
like somewhere
off the coast of South Africa.
Yeah.
South Africa.
Is it Mexico?
South America, Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico.
Yeah.
And she discovers the place, and like that's alerts and shit happens. Either way, a war between Wakanda and Atlantis is something that has happened so often in the comics. Comic book fans know Black Panther and Namor
Hate each other.
do not like each other. But put it to you this way: neither one of them would spit on each other if they were on fire. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Let's put it that way.
Pretty much.
Like they hate each other. But with the passing of Chadwick Boseman, which by the way, that's controversy on its own. Them not recasting him. We still have no idea who's gonna be the new Black Panther.
If they're even going to show them.
Like, and the thing is, the movie's coming out this year, November, I think.
Oh damn!
So
you would know fucking our birthdays and Marvel movies, man.
hey, look, man, Marvel has treated me good over the years. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Kevin Feige has treated me good. Damn it,
you guys. We're not gonna lie. Like literally, our birthdays are only like a week apart, and like. The Marvel movies that come out either on his birthday or just before mine.
My birthday's November the 4th. For the number 4 people, and there's been a Marvel movie released either the day before or the day of.
The day of
every year, except the years like COVID shit. But other than that, it was always a movie there, and I'm getting Black Panther, which there's still people trying to boycott the movie. By the way,
why?
Because they're angry that they're not recasting Chadwick Boseman. There are people who are angry they're not recasting.
Well, you fucking can't. The man's dead.
But they're like, well, he's big. The character's bigger than just him, which I get. Like, some people just want T'Challa. They want those stories, and without him, they're not making that. But I'm just like, dude, it'd be just difficult. Like, if they had chose to recast him, and depending on who they picked, I would have rolled with it. But since they've gone this route, I think people need to get the fuck over. Like, there's still people who think they're gonna just
get
pause.
Over it.
There's people who still in their fucked up head think they're gonna just stop the movie to just recast.
Oh yeah, it's like
like, no, dude.
The show must go on.
Show must go on. I'm still rooting for Lupita Nyong'o, aka Nakia, to be the Black Panther. I think she's the best qualified actress and the best qualified character. But, I know Shuri gets the title a lot in the comics, but this version of her is not that comic book version.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, she's a bit more of a tech whiz.
A little bit more mature.
Yeah. So
I agree they might pull the whole she has to mature.
They could pull that,
and I think she could pull it off.
They definitely could pull the whole. She's mature now because
she has to become mature.
Yeah, she has to become mature.
Like maybe she gets it, and she's not ready for it, and then this war with
Well, yeah, with Namor in
there. Yeah, with Namor is going to make her mature.
I mean, it could.
I mean, to be fair, you can pull that off. I mean, like if they did that, I would not be upset. I'd be like, oh, okay, all right.
No, I wouldn't be upset at all.
But to be fair, I do agree with you though. She is kind of a better actress.
Lupita Nyong'o is an Oscar-winning actress.
Yeah,
and she's Disney royalty because she did that one. Well, not royalty, but I guess she is because she was in a Disney live-action movie, The Queen of. I can't remember the name of it. It's about that chess player.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? That chess player from Africa or whatever. And she was ridiculous. She was great in that movie. She also voiced the character who in Star Wars.
Yep, she did.
And obviously she's in the Marvel. So she's been in a lot of Disney stuff. So they know her. Plus Letitia Wright, the lady playing Shuri, she's kind of got a lot going on with her opinions. And, like, no, she's cooled down, but I'm like, I can see Disney being like, well, no, we're not going to fire you or anything. Yeah, that bad, but I don't know if we want to scrap the franchise to you either.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, also, we got Thor: Love and Thunder coming soon.
Oh, God, I can't wait.
Thor: Love
there
and
were
Thunder.
so many, dude. You know what? There were so many people who reacted. I saw like a shit ton of reactors just to see what they thought. Most people thought Beta Ray Bill was gonna be in that movie. You don't know how many reactors were like, "Oh, is that Beta Ray Bill?" As soon as like the broken hammer came out, like, "Is that Beta Ray Bill? Is that Beta Ray Bill?" And literally, most of them were like, "Aw,
yeah." Like,
but I'm sitting there going, like, what did you think was gonna happen? You really thought they'd just surprise you with Beta Ray Bill? No,
Beta Ray Bill just out of the fucking blue.
Yeah, but you know why? Because most of their reasoning, was, well, we saw like pictures of them and shit. I'm just like,
dude,
that's not a fucking cameo.
I will say, dude, the internet is like, there's been videos posted up recently, which I might actually talk about. Is the it's just stuff on the internet is just hurting not hurting Marvel, but hurting certain things like expectations, because like literally people hear these rumors.
Fans, though.
Yeah, it's fans, but
fans are hurting themselves.
And there's already people angry about the Jane of it all, because those people are like, oh, you're gonna turn Thor into a woman now.
It's not like that hasn't been done before, though, motherfuckers. Like, not like it hasn't been done before.
Dude,
it's not like Thor. And it's not like. Now look, if Jane just showed up and just beat the shit out of Thor and was like, I'm the new Thor, it's like, yeah, I probably would be upset with that. I would be upset with that. I'd be like, Jane, look, I love you. You can't, no. Like, I don't see you.
Feminism.
I know, right? No, I would understand the hate if that looked like it was the case. That doesn't look like the case, though.
No.
It looks like they're going to be together, working together.
It looks like, I'm going to just go on a limb and say they're going to fall back in love. Because there literally is, like, I mean, maybe it's spoiler alert, but they literally show them holding hands at a certain point. So you're like, okay, so they're
just gonna be twin Thor lovers.
It's gonna be
kind of cool.
You know what this movie's gonna be? It's gonna be an action adventure movie that is also a love story, because it's gonna be about two people.
Thor, Love, and Thunder.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Hence the name.
It's gonna be about two people who broke up.
Yeah.
And ran into. Can you imagine that? Like someone you were in love with, someone you really were in love with.
Now you're forced to be with that person for a long period of time.
And you haven't seen him in a while. And you just run back into him, and you guys are in a situation together.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stuff's gonna spark back up.
I mean, I can't wait to see Olympus and Zeus.
Oh man, Olympus looks cool.
I really hope they don't.
Yeah, Russell Crowe playing Zeus.
Dude, I'm so hyped. I love what dude. Olympus looks fucking amazing.
It looks so because it's in space. Because like Marvel has kind of established that their gods are really just aliens,
really hyper advanced aliens.
Yeah, just hyper advanced aliens. Even the gods in Moon Knight, which you would know if you saw it. This fucking guy. We got one fucking job, Seth. Next week, you better have seen more MCU shows, because I'm gonna ask you about these shows, and you better fucking watch them. They're not even that damn long. Anyways,
I'm sorry.
You would know. Even the gods in that are they're aliens. They're just aliens from like another dimension or some shit who can come in and fuck with our world. So. Like Olympus being this super gold and advanced technological place is pretty cool.
I just hope they don't just like show Olympus and then just Gore killing them.
Oh, he's gonna do that.
No. I hope that they don't just do it like that. I hope they kind of dwell on it a little bit, and Thor and Zeus get to interact with each other.
This is what I think is happening here. They're introducing, because Gore's whole thing is these gods don't care. They're fat. They're lazy. They don't care about us. They just they love themselves. They're glorify themselves. And if you notice Olympus, you see a golden statue of Zeus and all this gold and luxury. And the vibe I'm getting from this is that like this Olympus is gonna represent everything that Gore hates about gods.
Pretty much.
Everything that he hates. And it's gonna be literally Thor and them are gonna show up and be like, they're gonna be like, we're warning you, this guy's coming. They're gonna just be like, Zeus is probably gonna just be like, oh, whatever, I'm Zeus. I can take care of myself.
Pretty much.
And it's going to be a bloodbath. I'm just putting it this way. All the gods, except Thor, are going to die in that room.
Yep, pretty much.
It's going to, like, they're...
I just hope they dwell on it a lot longer, though, than I think they will.
Dude, he is going to fuck that place up. I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it. He's going to fuck that place up.
Now the Olympian gods are dead.
I still can't believe they got Christian Bale, man.
Oh, yeah, you mean the guy that was talking shit not but a few years ago about Marvel?
No, that's Ethan Hawke.
Oh, Ethan Hawke, yeah.
No, and they did get him too.
I was saying they got him too. My bad. My bad.
Christian Bale was like, he's never going to do a superhero movie again. He was kind of burnt out after the Dark Knight trilogy. And, he just...
That was fucking 10, 15 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
But he burnt out for that long?
It burnt him out being, like, locked into a franchise and doing these films. And, like, he was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Which, to be fair, probably the only reason he agreed to do Thor Love and Thunder was because he's going to be dead by the end of the movie. So, it's, he's not going to be a character that's going to pop back up. He's like, oh, I can just do this thing and get out. Yeah, right, maybe I'll do it.
That makes sense.
But yeah, man. Let's say there's that, like, that's fun. And I guess, you know what? How long have we been going, man?
49 minutes. We're almost at the 50-minute mark, so we might only have time for one more topic.
All right. Well,
time for one more topic.
Okay, I'm going to talk about Miss Marvel. Now, Miss Marvel just came out, first episode. First episode came out, Miss Marvel, and it's the highest rated MCU show. No, my bad. It's not the highest. It's the highest rated Marvel show.
Okay.
That includes Daredevil. That includes the Marvel Netflix shows. It's at a 95%. So this show, and by the way, I'm just gonna let you guys know, it is really that fucking good. If you love, to me, this show is Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, damn.
And you know how much I love Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, damn good movie.
You remember me smiling.
I remember.
Ear to ear,
man.
I've never Spider-Man thing was going. I was just like,
I've never seen bigger teeth.
I was just like, this is great, man. And this show captures that now. And it's funny because when I talked about it before, and I'm going to start doing this again, guys. I'm going to start doing my comic book review because I said I would like review a comic book every time like a comic show comes out. I'd look at a comic book and then recommend it.
Yeah.
And the first Miss Marvel comic, which I'd recommend to you too, it's so Spider-Man. It's like a modern day Spider-Man, except she's Muslim and she's dealing with that kind of aspect. But other than the Muslim aspect, it's just Spider-Man. It's just a teenage girl going to school, got powers, trying to make it all work. And the show is that. And of course, there are people.
Sorry, Sean. Sounds too woke for me.
Yes, Seth. You sound like a couple people I know.
Too woke, man.
They're review bombing it as we speak.
I'm sure.
Review bombing the fuck out of it. They're
Just
like,
like they're doing with Kenobi, apparently.
Huh?
Just like they're doing with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, Obi-Wan. I mean, yeah. But yeah, Obi-Wan's getting the shit kicked out of it. Star Wars, like Obi-Wan's getting the shit kicked out of it, just like Book of Boba Fett.
I know that. Well, the reason why I know that is because I know that Angry Joe says that the episode sucked. Well, I've been literally it keeps saying like it sucks. And
which one? All of them or just that one?
I think I just saw episode 3. It just said it sucked.
Yeah, some people have said episode 3.
And I saw the clip with Vader and
no, episode 3. I liked episode 3. Episode 4 did feel like a filler episode. I will agree, but I didn't think it was like this terrible thing. Like some people are going over the top, but like I digress. But this like it's funny. Both the Disney Plus shows. By the way, Disney Plus is starting to overlap. In the past, it used to be one thing released at a time, and then when that ended, something else comes out. Now, Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel will be releasing on the same day. It's fun. Yeah, on the same day. Wednesdays, you're gonna get both of them.
Okay.
And when Obi-Wan ends, like. I think it'll be just Miss Marvel by himself, and Obi-Wan ends, but then it's gonna be back to boom, boom, 2 at a time. Like it's gonna be going 2 at a time for a while.
Okay then.
But yeah, the people coming at Miss Marvel, saying all the racist stuff, and coming at the show who haven't watched it, and there's obviously these people who are like, oh, this is for kids, just because it's a teenager. Because some people they don't have enough imagination to disconnect themselves.
Well, it's not, and it's not like we were all once teenagers once.
No, we're all grown adults when we come out the womb.
Apparently so.
Sorry. Ow, that sounds painful. Anywho. But
I did an oversimplified video when he's talking about Napoleon, and he's just like, "Oh, and here comes the rest. Look, it's a general." And freaking Napoleon's born, and he comes out, and he's like, "Oh, look, it's a general." And it's just like, and then the doctor like raises the sheet, he's like, "Oh, here comes the rest of the army." Wait, what? Rest of the army? And you just see all these soldiers just come out of the wood. It was so funny. It's just like, oh well, pretty much.
Wow.
But anyway, so
yeah, people coming at it, and this is like I say, I'm so happy for this show. It's such a good show, Seth. You should check it out if you ever watch anything. But yeah,
I'm sorry. I am bad, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Seth,
I'm terrible.
You need to work on it.
I am terrible. I'm not going to fight that because I know it is. I am terrible with that.
Also, a tiny bit of news, just a tiny bit to cap it off, is a bit of gaming news that happened today. A famous game.
Kojima is working with Microsoft
on an original title.
On a completely original title, hopefully with a governor over his head.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because, guys, I do not... I will fight you all in the streets. Death Stranding sucked. It was a terrible fucking game. I'm sorry. I do not find walking fun. I do not find walking like that fun.
You don't find walking fun? What?
I don't find walking like that fun.
Not that fun?
Oh, I do have a game recommendation for this week, if you guys will indulge me real quick. If you're on PC anyway... it might be available on the consoles. I think I could be wrong.
Go ahead.
But it's for PC. It's called V Rising. It's a mixture of Conan. It's a mixture of like Diablos. It's kind of like some Diablo. It's basically you're vampires who just came back from the dead, and you're trying to reestablish your power and your presence in the world. And you fight all these different bosses. You get all these different abilities. You build your vampire castle and stuff like that. Cool. It's in early access, so it's not quite done yet. But for what it's out there, it's only like $20. So if you got a PC and you want to like play like a cool you're like a vampire who's like building a base and you keep upgrading your weapons and armor and powers and shit. Like it is fun. So that's my game recognition of the week. Plus little last minute news before we head off here. Besides the whole Kojima thing, like I said, dude, Kojima, he needs a governor.
Yeah.
He's just as bad as George Lucas. He is
a creative guy.
He is. No, he is. But damn, just fucking have someone to put the limit on you.
Two other video game things. Dragon Age. The new Dragon Age has a name. It's what's a devil? What? Hold on. Dreadwolf.
Dreadwolf.
Does that mean anything to you?
I don't remember if it's. It might be referencing
because a couple of
the
actors from Inquisition have come out and said that they're coming back for it. Particularly the guy who played the elf. The ball.
Oh, Solus, yeah.
Yeah, he said he's coming back.
Damn.
So I'm not,
Yeah, Dreadwolf, I don't really know. I'm not too well versed in Dragon Age, like lore, but there's only one thing about a wolf I remember, and that's from the first one, where you basically have to like charter a peace between like some Dalish elves and some werewolves. Mm-hmm. So I if that's what it is, also, I don't know.
Capcom has confirmed their Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm not.
I can't wait for that.
Now, like I said, I personally don't think it's necessary.
No,
I think Resident Evil 4 stands up. I mean, granted,
I'm not complaining.
I mean, look,
I'm not complaining.
Hopefully, they don't ruin it. Like
it's not. They're gonna just.
Resident Evil 4 was a 27-hour campaign.
Yep.
So if I get this game and it's like 20 hours, I'm like, so you cut out 7 hours of shit.
Yeah, they're. I just hope they give it like the Resident Evil 2 treatment, where they really like build like it's gonna be darker, it's gonna be a little bit scarier, it's gonna be like.
It kind of looked like that's what they were doing.
But if that's all they did, I'd be happy. I'd be like, oh my god, like if they just like make the sound effects better for some of the things, make the creatures maybe a little bit more creepy and how they sound, the atmosphere, like make it darker, make it more like stuff like that. If they just like played with the atmosphere, the ambiance, and all that other shit to make it a little bit more horror-esque, I would be fucking.
That's what it seems like they're doing.
Because to be fair, Resident Evil 4 wasn't scary. Not to me, it wasn't.
Well, no, it was at first. Like I think the first 30 minutes, the whole village sequence.
Oh no. The first 30 minutes, was very scary.
The whole village sequence at the beginning, it was scary. But, the longer it goes on, it's just like all the other Resident Evil games. The longer it goes on, the less.
Yeah, and that's with 7, too. But 7, I think, did it the best because it went the longest before you finally kind of was like, okay.
Well, the difference between Resident Evil is just it's the longest Resident Evil game. It's 27 hours. It's almost 30 hours. That's just the base campaign, if you look at the time that it takes to act the
plus the Ada Wong stuff too.
Yeah, plus the Ada Wong stuff. So I think just the length of the campaign alone just kind of makes it, eventually.
I really hope they just really play with the atmosphere. Maybe some new guns, or maybe some better guns. I don't know. Like I said, mainly for me, I just want better atmosphere, better lighting, better like graphics, better like sound effects, stuff like that.
All I needed was to be able to back move while shooting.
That too. Please add that. Please add that.
Now, granted, I never saw that as a negative because. For me personally, I was like, it made me a better shot because I knew if I didn't hit my target, the target's getting closer, and I can't just back up while I'm shooting. So I'm like, it made me have to shoot better.
Plus, it also made you worry about timing too. It was like, okay, I need to stop and aim, and then this is a good place to stop and aim.
Yeah, like I never minded. I've beaten the game a billion times.
Yeah. Plus, quick news before we go. Do you got anything else?
Yeah, no, you good, man.
Quick news: God of War Ragnarok has been delayed. And some fans are a little whiny about that. Others, I personally think it might be a good thing because maybe there's some bugs in there they didn't realize.
Hey, look, after Cyberpunk, take as much time as you want.
Well, thankfully it's not the same company.
Yeah.
But like I said, Santa Monica Studios with the original God of War, or the God of War. I call God of War 4 because it is a sequel. It is a direct sequel to God of War 3. That you take as much time as you need. Some people were mad about the anger. So do you remember do you remember the black girl at the end of the trailer? Have you seen
the Ragnarok?
Yeah, have you seen?
No. Why? What's up?
So there's a little black girl like about Atreus' age, who is confirmed to be Angrboda, which was Loki's wife.
Oh,
and people were pissed because she's dark skinned.
Dude.
And literally, I just remember sitting there going, she's a giant. Like, who the fuck cares?
Dude. People.
Like, she's a Jotun. Who fucking cares?
What I love about those people is if you ask them if they're racist, they're like, no, I'm not racist. What are you talking about?
But why are you upset about a dark-skinned character?
Because she should be white. Why can't she just be white? How would you like it if I turned Black Panther white?
Okay. Straw man, number one. Number two, literally, Angrboda is a Jotun. She's a giant from another plane of existence in Norse mythology.
That's just like the Superman thing. I'm just like,
You ever see what actual Norse elves look like? They don't look like the elves from Tolkien. And they don't look. They look very different. And so it's like, it's stupid.
Well, speaking of that,
I just wanted to bring
that's similar to the Tolkien thing with the black elves. I mean,
it doesn't. They're elves. Who cares? Like, they're fictional creatures. Who the fuck cares? It's like, they're. Angrboda is a fictional person. I don't think she's ever existed, so I don't care what color her skin is. Number two, if she's a good character, okay, great, fine. Yeah. It doesn't matter what skin color. I don't look at that shit.
People pick and choose when they care about shit like that.
They really do.
Marvel made Baron Mordo black. No one said anything.
Oh, really?
Because
Baron Mordo wasn't black originally.
No,
I did not know that.
Baron Mordo's a white guy.
Did not know that.
Carl Mordo. As
Carl Mordo.
I know your real name, Mordo. Portal just opens up out of nowhere in here. Oh shit!
Kill him. He said it.
Carl. Why am I saying it still?
But it's like with people, when they brought out the image of Thor and he was fat. People, yeah. Oh my god, people were so pissed about that. I'm sitting there going, guys, no, look. In all cases, there's not a lot of description of what Thor bodies look like. Mm-hmm. This is what we do know. He has a red hair and red beard. That's really about all we know.
Yeah.
And then, he's got red hair, red beard, he throws around a hammer, and he rides a chariot pulled by goats. It's really about all we know. And he's the god of storms and oaths.
But the thing is, show him with the gut, man.
Well, the thing is, the reason why the gut makes sense, number one, someone brought this up. And I think this isn't like Chris Hemsworth Thor's fault. This isn't his fault. I'm not blaming him. But I think it's people have just seen that Thor for so long. It wouldn't
be Chris Hemsworth's fault. It'd be Marvel's fault. Because Marvel's Thor has become the definitive
body of what Thor people think of Thor, and that's not what people...
Because he's blonde.
And he's also blonde, which, that goes back to, Victorian paintings from, they more portrayed him as a blonde guy more than a redhead.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is, think about it, Thor he's a warrior, he's a partier, he eats. Mm-hmm. He's going to have a gut. Number two, he's also strong as shit. And for most people, the world's strongest men don't look like Chris Hemsworth.
Oh no, world's strongest men.
They have guts.
They got guts.
Their arms are massive. Mm-hmm. But that's the angle they're going. But people are so pissed about that. They're like, well, what the fuck does this look like Thor? They're like, no, actually, really, God, it does.
The irony is
it does.
Thor looked a lot like Thor in Endgame than he ever has.
Except for the blonde hair. That's about it. But anyway, I just want to bring that up because the Angrboda thing was so stupid. Because literally, one, she's a giant. So...
Who cares?
Who cares? 2, it's a fictional character. Who cares? 3, it's a video game. Who cares? Number 4, if it's a good character, who the fuck cares? And this is why this whole race shit.
You don't understand.
But no, it's just like this whole race thing is so stupid because I'm sitting there going if she's a good character, who cares?
Seth, that's the question we always ask.
That is true.
Man. You remember when I made my whole video about Superman and him being black, and they were like, he can't do that. Well, I mean,
he's an alien.
Technically, he could be any color.
Any color.
Technically, it could have been a black family or a white family who found him. He could be black. I mean, he could be any color. He doesn't have. He could be a black guy named Clark Kent,
black
from
dude
Kansas. Hey,
or a white dude raised by a black family.
You can change up any of it, dude.
Yeah, it really doesn't
matter. None of that really matters.
It doesn't really matter as long as who he is as a person.
Like I said, there
doesn't
are
change.
Very rare cases of anything
very
where
rare.
This has to be this. For instance, I've often said I think Matt Murdock has to be a white, Irish cat, redhead kid.
Yeah.
You know, because of the way they play it up. I feel like he has to be white.
Steve Rogers has to be white. I feel
Steve Rogers has to be white because it would just be a totally different story if he isn't white.
Yeah,
it'd be just so different that it wouldn't even be Captain America. The way they would have to tell.
Well, plus,
the story.
I
think Tony has
Isaiah Bradley wouldn't really you wouldn't have to ever wrote Isaiah
That's
Bradley.
like why Peter Parker has to be white to make Miles make the impact he makes.
Yeah.
I also think Tony Stark and his family has to be white because it's just hard. It's the hard pressed to believe that some black guy, Asian guy, whatever, was like this huge military,
especially back in World War II.
Yeah, back in World War II. So that's just a hard pitch.
That's very hard pitch.
It's a hard pitch. So
but that's really about it.
That's about it. Like there are few characters who actually like the actual race, other than some of the black characters, cater to who they are.
Like, for example, you can't make Black Panther white.
You can't do that.
Because he's from fucking Africa.
Now, granted, there will be some white dude who argues, well, there are white people in Africa.
Yeah, South Africa. Fuck off. He's nowhere near there.
He's like, well, Charlize Theron's from South Africa. She's what?
Oh, South Africa, where there was a lot of white colonists down there, both English and Dutch. Aren't you smart? Can you hear me clapping?
So like, don't be those people. I don't think you can't make Luke Cage. I don't know if it'll work to say.
It really wouldn't. That'd be really awkward. Really awkward, wouldn't it? He just busts in there. And he's just like looking at what was that dude's name? Cottonmouth. Yeah, Cottonmouth is just like. And it's just some white dude.
Luke Cage was created to be a black exploitation character. So
ironically,
it'd be hard to make him some white dude a black. So
stupid.
But but other things can be changed.
No, a lot of other things.
Danny Rand, Iron Fist. He doesn't gotta be a white guy.
No.
He could have a white mom or dad. I mean, he could be mixed. Easy. He doesn't have to be a white guy. It could
be any race, really.
Yeah, man.
I think it would make more. Yeah, it really could be. Shang-Chi being not Asian would be a little weird.
Yeah, because his name is Shang-Chi.
Yeah, number one.
Yeah, he's got two Asian parents, so
So yeah, that would be a little off. But man, I need to see that movie again. That movie was so good.
It was good, wasn't it?
That was so good.
Fucking awesome.
And plus, some people are still pissed about the whole 10-ring thing.
But
they're not actual finger rings. They're arm rings.
On,
There's still people mad about that. I'm just like,
dude, that would look so silly.
No. I do like the finger ring idea, but the problem is though, it's just from a practical standpoint.
And they just did finger jewelry already with the Infinity Gauntlet. So they probably didn't want to have something that looked like that.
Plus the armor, it just like I said, practically just makes more sense.
Plus they did something really more cool with the whole rings because that's an actual weapon in martial arts is the rings.
Yep, pretty much.
That's a legit weapon and so.
Yeah, so I need to really see that movie. Anyway,
all
I
right,
can't
guys.
really think of anything else.
I think this will be the conclusion of our first This, That.
This is episode 1 of This, That, and BS. I think Deshaun said the best. If you have topic ideas you want us to talk about, please list them down in the comment section below. We'll be definitely sure to be putting on the docket for next Sunday, and we're going to be doing this once a week.
Once a week, every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
I'm going to post this up. Hopefully I can post this up on a Sunday.
Most likely Monday. We'll post this up on
Monday, but hopefully I can post this up, on Sunday.
But yeah, listen, if you have any suggestions, any news, anything at all you want us to talk about it, we'll just put it in the comments. We'll definitely put it on the docket.
Yeah.
And also don't be offended if we don't get to it because more relevant things might come up.
Yeah, just anything, put it in there and we'll talk about it. If any suggestions for shows,
anything, we'll definitely talk about those. I really can't think of anything else. So
any suggestions for shows, games, anything like that?
Yeah, games, anything like that. So anyway, guys, this has been This, That, and BS on the Comic Gamer Movie Show. Please also remember to follow Deshaun on other social media sites as well.
I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm all over the place, but mostly Twitter. I am CGM Show, so you can find me on there. Half of you guys probably already follow me on there. A lot of you guys follow me on there, so you'd see me on there. Yep. Also, shout out to like I said, my boy Super Wise. He's probably
shout out Super Wise.
You might notice the new banner in the image, and I might have put the intro. Hopefully, I put the intro and outro in here. That was made by him, so shout out to him. Also, put his channel in the link in the description below. I've never figured out how to do those things. I'll show you how. But anyway, So anyway, guys, shout out to him. This has been This, That, and BS. This is our podcast, episode 1. Mm-hmm. We'll be sure to do this every week. Please join us every single week on Sunday or potentially Monday, depending. And if this picks up any steam, guys, we may start. Who knows? There could be live streaming down the road. Yeah, hopefully that'd be really amazing. But we'll figure that out later. Well, there may be down the road, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us on the Comic Gamer Movie Show podcast. This, That, and BS. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Stay sexy. Stay healthy, and we will see you all next week. Goodbye. Bye.